Hello and welcome to The Reasons I'm Broke. Let's play Pokemon TCG Online. I'm Daniel, one of the hosts on The Reasons I'm Broke podcast, found right here on YouTube, as well as nerdupmedia.com. We're going to jump into our ranked battle with the expanded set, so we'll go into decks that have a larger variety on what kind of decks they use, what kind of Pokemon strategies. The first one being a water, colorless, leaf, and then more in their deck. That is Maniac Anu is our first opponent. I do want to remind you, if you click on the Reasons I'm Broke logo at the top right hand corner of the screen, that will subscribe you to the channel, where I will post more of these Let's Plays, unboxings. The next one we have coming up is going to be a Batgirl statue from the Batman Black and White series. And of course the weekly podcast where Kelly and I cover comics, movies, TV, video games, and more every single week. Usually I upload those on Sundays at noon Eastern Time. And then these I'm put out throughout the week as I have some free time to record them. And it looks like we're going up against, actually I haven't gone against a deck like these. I'm not sure what kind of strategy they're going to be using. So this will be new. This will be fun. We've got a Swampert EX they've got in there. And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw, this could be a Toad deck, so maybe we haven't gone against one of those in a little while. But it basically locks out all of our item cards that we use, so stuff like the Versus Seeker down here we won't be able to use, assuming they pull out a card like that. But we'll find out in a second. We've got a bunch of draw threes that we can use. We've got the Versus Seeker. If we end up using a Lysander, we can bring that right back. But right now I'm going to focus on trying to build up towards the Chandelier that we have in our hand here. So let's draw. We don't get any basics that time. We're going to feed the Gengar EX. And we're going to do a Night Attack. We're going to put all three onto the Swampert EX. They could evolve the Oshawott next turn, but if we get a double colorless energy, we'll be able to evolve or knock it out. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so they did evolve into the Dewott. The Waterfall attack does 50 damage. And they've got a Palpitoad as well on their bench. We've got the Evo Soda, which I do want to save for Lampent once we get a Litwick on the bench. And I could use it towards a Mega Gengar, but I would need, oh, there's a Crushing Hammer right there. And they don't get it. Good. There's another Dive Ball. So in the meantime, they have put down a Zapdos. Does 40 damage to one of your benched Pokemon for 120 damage, and this one they're going to do 20 damage onto Gengar EX, and that'll be their turn. Alright, what do we get? We do get a Professor's Letter. Let's get some more energies. And let's do another draw 3. There we go. Alright, so we get a Gengar, we get a Litwick, we'll be able to evolve it next turn. Let's go ahead and grab another Gengar. We'll put him down. We'll use the Evo Soda next turn. In the meantime, let's go ahead and feed this Gengar as well. We'll do another Night Attack. This time I'm actually going to put it on the Dewa. That way we can try to knock it out next turn where we put another energy on it. Looks like they don't have anything on their bench built up yet. Although they could go ahead and put out that Miltank with the Powerful Friends. We now have a couple basics, so I'm not too worried about the Gengar EX taking too much damage. And we are going to build up this Litwick. Hopefully they don't play an end and get rid of everything we just pulled from our deck. We're down to 36 cards in our deck. They're already down to 31, so they're going through their deck much quicker than we are. And they do end up evolving into Samurott. They've got 110 HP on that guy. Waterfall does 50. The Destructive Whirlpool is what they're going towards. It's an excellent move. 80 damage, and they discard an energy attached to Gengar EX. It's a really, really good move. I don't think they can use it this turn because they don't have enough energies on them, but that will hurt us every single turn as we go. I do have an energy retrieval right here that'll help out with 2 of those discards, but in the meantime, it might slow us down. So there's the end. So there goes the Chandelier, and we end up drawing, looks like a Pokemon Fan Club, Professor's Letter, a Charon. So they kind of got rid of our Evo Soda, they got rid of Chandelier. So there it is, 50 damage onto Gengar EX. Do we get a Dimension Valley? Let's see. We get a Mega Gengar, so let's go with Professor's Letter again, get 2 more energies. And let's draw 3. No Professor's Letter. Alright, but we do get a Rare Candy. That's going to be really helpful. Let's feed the Gengar EX, and we'll poison up the Samurott for 60 damage. And let's put out the other Gengar EX. So he's down to 40 damage. We'll be able to knock it out next turn. They're building up with the Seismitoad. It's a different Seismitoad than the EX. This one does Drain Punch, 80 damage, and he heals 20 from Seismitoad. The very first attack is Echoed Voice. Then your opponent's next turn, this attack does 50 more damage after applying weakness and resistance. So they end up playing a Pokemon Center Lady. The Samurot's back up to 100 damage, and they end up doing 80 damage onto the Gengar EX, which is that Destructive Whirlpool attack. Alright, so let's get some more basics on the bench. Let's get some Litwicks. There we go. Let's put them down, and we could retreat for free. Let's go ahead and do that. Retreat, we're going to try to poison up the Samurott again. Dark Corridor attack for 60 damage. And the Samurot's back down, this time to 30. After their turn, they'll be down to 20. If anything, I'll force them to use another Pokemon Center Lady. Really had a good hand before they used the N, so that's one case in which the N really worked against us, as we were starting to get a bunch of cards that we could have started evolving some of these Litwicks down here. That's when they played that N, and now we're stuck with a bunch of energies. We do have the Mega Gengar EX, but I would like to get that Spirit Link so it doesn't immediately end our turn. It'll depend on what this current Gengar will be down to after their attack. So there it is, 80 damage onto the Gengar EX, discards the energy, and that Gengar is down to 10 HP. We do get a Versus Seeker. Let's go ahead and get some more cards on our hand. So here we go, 3 cards. There we go. All right, so we get a couple of Chandeliers. Let's go and evolve them. And let's play another Rare Candy. We'll evolve this Litwick. There we go, another Chandelier. Let's go ahead and knock out this Samurott. So here we go. Let's put that down. Night Attack, all 3 onto the Samurott, and that's the knockout. We do have a Teammates Enterprise, awesome. So when they knock out the Gengar EX, inevitably we'll be able to draw up. I'm going to go with a Rock Guard next turn, I think. The Rock Guard with the Chandelier and probably a Dimension Valley so we can slow down our energy use. How many have we used so far? 1 on the bench, I think. Yeah, the Special Energy, which we cannot get back. And then there'll be another one going in right after they knock out the Gengar EX. There's a Swampert EX that they went with, and the Rayquaza. They're down to 18 cards in their deck. We're down to 25. Let's see if they go with Powerful Friends for 1. There it is. 1 energy, and they should be attacking for quite a bit of damage. There it is. Enough for the knockout. They get 2 prizes. We're going to put out Gengar EX. Alright, here we go. Teammates. Where's that Rock Guard? Or Dimension Valley, either one. Here's a Dimension Valley, and there's a Rock Guard. Awesome. Let's get both of those. We'll put one of those onto the Chandelier. We'll play that Dimension Valley. We will feed the Chandelier as well. And, yeah, I guess we'll poison up the Miltank. Dark Corridor attack, 60 damage, and we'll put out the Chandelier with the Rock Guard. So if they attack us, they'll be knocked out. They have 30 HP left. They should not have enough to knock out Chandelier quite yet. Maybe if they have another one on there. Let me see what this adds. If this... Oh, so at most they do 80 damage. Alright. So that won't be enough for the Chandelier. And they'll have to put out someone else. I think they're going with Swampert EX next, although they could be going with Zapdos instead. Swampert's already got 150 HP on it, and it's got the Heart Charm on it. I think that reduces any damage done to this Pokemon this card is attached to is reduced by 20. So the Chandelier won't be affected by that. They end up attacking us, so that Rock Guard does knock out the Miltank. The Chandelier's down to 50. They put out another Miltank. Let's get a Great Ball, and we end up drawing a Gengar EX. Let's put him out there. Alright, so here we go. We can attach another energy. And no special energies. Let me try to draw one. There it is. Awesome. So, do we put it on this Chandelier or do we hold off? Let's cancel that. Let's go ahead and feed our Chandelier, and we will do all 60... No, that wouldn't be smart. Let's do a Curse Drop. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if they try to attack us again, that'll be a knockout, and we'll put the rest onto the Swampert. There we go. So Swampert's down to 130. The Mill Tank, if it attacks us, it'll be knocked out again, and we'll have another prize in our hands. So let's see what they end up doing here. I'm going to pull out the Gengar EX next. It's down to 100 HP so far, but it's not too bad. And I do have this Lysander if I need to use it. They end up putting out the Rayquaza EX. And what do we have here? The Lotad has 60. I could go after that next also, which I might. But I do like the idea of just attacking these guys. So they end up attacking us. That will knock out the Mill Tank and will knock out our Chandelier as well. Does not matter with the Fainting Spell because the Rock Guard will take care of the Mill Tank. Alright, who are they going to put out? We're going to put out our Gengar EX. And let's see who they choose. We should have a couple energies we can get back now with that energy retrieval. Yep, we've got quite a number of them. Alright, let's see what they end up going with. Alright, so they put out the Lotad, which will be an easy knockout for us. Let's put a special energy onto Chandelier. And I might drag out one of these other guys instead. Let's get some more energies first. There we go. Alright. Now let's go for the knockout, that's fine. Dark Horde attack, 60 damage onto Lotad. We'll put out Chandelier, and that's another prize for us. And we end up drawing up a Lampent as one of our prizes. So if we can get one more Chandelier draw, we'll have a third Chandelier that we will have played this turn. So what do we have here? We've got a Swampert EX for 130 HP on it so far. This guy's got 170. Seismitoad's got 140. Yep, so all of our efforts are going to go straight to the Swampert EX. 40 damage for each water, so it's not going to be enough to knock us out. It's just going to do 40 damage onto Chandelier. We're going to poison up this Swampert. So let's put out the Lampent. We're going to save that Evo Soda, and we are going to put another energy onto the Chandelier. Let's poison it up like we said. There's a retreat onto Gengar EX, and we'll do the Dark Horde attack for 40 damage because of the item that they have on it, which is the Heart Charm. But I did the Dark Horde for the poisoning. So they'll have to retreat if they want to cure that, and at this point they really don't have anything that is set up to attack us right away. Chandelier is there for the Fainting Spell. There's another one, so they're going to go for 120. This Pokemon does 20 damage to itself if they use that attack for 120 damage, which will knock out Chandelier, but then next turn we can knock it out with the Gengar EX. So let's see what they end up going with. I mean, if they wanted to buy themselves some time, they could retreat, put out the Zapdos instead. But if they attack us, that will be game for us, because with the two prizes on the knockout with Swampert, that'll be it. Just in case, I've got another Lampent here, and I'm going to be able to evolve it next turn with the Evo Soda. I should probably build up one of these Gengars next. They're going to go with the Mud Flood again. So 80 damage onto Chandelier, 8, 9, 10, 11. Not knocked out yet, it's down to 10 HP. Alright, so there's the Evo Soda, and there's a Chandelier. Let's put him down. Let's feed one of the other Gengars. And we're going to hold off. We've got 13 cards left. 7, that'll be the knockout, that'll be the win. Curse Drop all 6 onto the Swampert with the poisoning. That's the last 2 prizes, and we get the victory. So we didn't even have to wait for the Gengar EX. We did have the Lysander just in case we can drag out one of the other Pokemon. We got 5 prizes, or 5 points from the wheel and 18 for winning. Alright, let's go into another match. As always, I do have some booster packs at the very end that we can open. Roaring Skies boosters, we'll open up 4 of them today. Been getting a lot of EXs on those pulls, so been having a lot of luck with that. Don't forget to check out the rest of our shows on nerdupmedia.com. You can check out other podcasts like Those Two Jerks and the Lazy Gaming Guys. They're right here on YouTube. On the right-hand side, you'll see their logo. You can click on that. It'll take you right to their channel. Next opponent uses Psychic, Water, and Colorless. That is Condable. Let's see who goes first. Looks like we will go first. All right. So what do we have here? They have no basics. Interesting deck. Alright, let's put out Gengar EX. And what do we have? We've got a Dimension Valley that we started off with. We do have a draw of 3. We've got a Pokemon Fan Club. Not a bad draw at all. Let's see what they end up going with and what they start off with. They do have those really cool EV sleeves. I'm waiting for the Gengar ones to come back or something psychic. Because right now I'm just stuck with these black and white ones, which is fine. They do the job. But right now we're just waiting on the opponent. May end up conceding the match. Let's see. Yep, looks like they are inactive, unless they choose something. Alright. So we draw an extra card. We've got a Litwick. Ooh, it looks like a Mew and Joltik. So we've got a Night March deck on our hands. We're going to see a lot of these now, ever since the Lysander's Trump card got taken away, got banned. Alright, so let's draw 3. This is going to be a very tricky deck to go up against Broquettes. We're going to feed Gengar, and that will end our turn. We'll be able to knock out the Joltik, but that's kind of how that deck works. If anyone hasn't run into these yet, the Joltik Night March attack does 20 damage times the number of Pokemon in your discard pile that have the Night March attack on it. So what he's doing is doing the Battle Compressor, search a deck for up to 3 cards and discard them. So he's going to find 3 cards that have the Night March attack. He's going to put them in here. 1 double colorless energy with the Joltik. They can have a turn 1 knockout most of the time. And they're going with more knockouts. They've got the Shaman EX. That's going to set them up with more cards in their hand. This is going to be, I haven't had the best of luck with the Night March decks, but these are going to be the most common decks we're going to see now. This is a Mew EX. The reason these are popular now is that that ability Versatile. This Pokemon can use the attacks of any Pokemon on the field, so they can use that Night March attack as well with only 1 energy. Let me see. Oh, no, never mind. 2 energy. You still need the necessary energy to use this attack, but still. There's a couple more Night March. That's the Punkaboo with 3 energies needed to do the Night March attack. There's a switch, so they're going to go with... Alright, so they end up going with the Punkaboo. There's an Ultra Ball. Not much we can do here. The more of these Pokemon that we attack and knock out, the more that they can actually... The stronger that attack gets, and it's just going to be one-hit knockouts every single time. Alright, here we go, Broquettes. Let's go with the Pokemon Fan Club. Let's get some more Pokemon on the bench. The Gengar and the Litwick. Let's go with one of each. Let's see how we fare against this guy. So that's going to help them, but it's going to help us out as well. Let's get that Versus Seeker. Let's get that Draw 3 right back. There it is. And we'll do a Dark Corridor attack for the knockout on 60. And let's put out, I guess, the Gengar. I mean, I'm risking it, but let's see what happens. We'll be able to play teammates if they're able to knock out. So there it is. Another Battle Compressor. So it's going to get rid of more of their Night March cards. And they're going to put it into their bench. So once again, with just a double colorless energy, that's it. Discard your hand. They're going to draw 7. So they're down to 18 in their deck. There's a town map. And they've got the Trainer's Mail. And the Computer Search. So that's going to discard more cards. There's 160 damage onto the Gengar EX because of that Night March attack. Alright. So let's go with Charon, draw 3. We get a Litwick. We get a Mega Gengar. Which one is it? Is it the Mega Gengar Spirit Link? Yes, it is. But none of their attacks are any good to me. Sky Return this card, and I'll attach to it. I mean, it's just going to give me extra HP. That's basically it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and feed the Gengar. Actually, I don't even have to put any energies on him. I will put an energy onto this Litwick, and we will do Night Attack. We're going to knock out the Joltik for another prize. And they will knock out our Gengar EX, because that's basically going to power them up to do even more damage, to pretty much do a one-hit knockout on all of our Gengar EXs, which they would have done anyway as they discarded more cards and more Pokemon with the Night March attack in their bench, or in their deck. See, here we go. Is another computer search. That's the one that they grabbed earlier. Versus Seeker. Let's see what they get. And in the meantime, they've got some more Night March. They've got an N that they will play. That'll get rid of our teammates, which I was planning on using next turn. 180 damage onto the Gengar EX. That's 2 prizes for him, and we're going to put out the other Gengar. I could knock out this Mew. Let's do a teammates first. Let's get a Rock Guard and a Rare Candy. So there's the Rare Candy. Where's the Rock Guard? There it is. So it's not in our bench. Oh, Lysander. What do I want? Let's go with the... Let's get the Lysander just in case. All right, Rare Candy it up. There's our Chandelier. Either way, they're going to end next turn. So let's feed the Chandelier and knock out the Punkaboo. Dark Order attack, 60 damage. Whatever they end up putting out, they're going to put out the Mew, which I'm going to sacrifice up the Litwick. So that's another prize. We've got the Lysander. They'll play the N. We can knock out the Mew next turn with a double weakness to Psychic. They put out another Joltik, which has 30 HP. There's the Muscle Band on the Mew. More than enough to knock out our Litwick. Let's see if they end up getting a Lysander. They go with the Acro Bike. Trainer's Mail. Do they get a Lysander? Don't knock out our Gengar if they do. Well, they've got the Lysander right there on their in their prizes, so when they knock out the Litwick, they'll get it regardless. So let's see. It's going to be a close one. It's going to be a really close one. Again, I don't have the best of luck with these Night March decks. They're really, really good. They're competitive as hell. You'll find a lot of winners in those tournaments have a Night March deck, and even more so now. So let's see what they do. 220 damage to Litwick. There's their prize on one knockout. Let's put out the Gengar. They end up getting the Lysander as expected, as well they should. Let's get a draw 3. We get a double colorless energy, which might as well feed someone, right? Let's put one onto the Gengar EX. We'll go for the knockout. Dark Order attack, 120 damage. And we'll put out the Chandelier. So if they knock out Chandelier and we get the Fainting Spell, then we win. But in the meantime, they're going to go for another knockout here. There's a Lysander. They should go after the Gengar. Yep, there it is. 220 damage onto the Gengar EX. That's 2 prizes for him. We'll put out our Gengar. We'll put out the Litwick. We'll draw 3. There's a Rock Guard that we were looking for. We'll feed the Gengar EX. Energy Retrieval. We should have 2 of them. There it is. And we'll do the Dark Order. Is that enough? Put out Chandelier, and we got it. Awesome. We were both down to 1 prize, and because of that double weakness with that Mew EX, we do have that advantage against the Night March decks, and that they do put those Mews in there because of that Night March, because of that ability. So it's basically a stronger version of the Joltik because it does have that extra HP, but in our case, we had that advantage because of the Ghost types, the Psychic types being the Psychic, and ours being weak against Dark, so it didn't do double damage. Really close. That was awesome. That was a really fun match. It really does help out that the Ghost types can't attack anything on the field, so I could go after those Joltiks, which have only 30 HP, so that's an instant knockout. Next opponent uses Water and Colorless. That is Isa 1995. Yes, we will go first. No basics. They have no basics. Let's see what they have, though. All right. That's basically it. No basics again for us. No basics yet again. So they will get 2 extra cards. And we do have a Gengar EX, 2 energies, Chandelier. We'll get more with the Professor's Letter. Alright, here we go. Let's see what they've got. They've got the Phoebus. We can't attack first, so otherwise that would have been game, but let's go ahead and feed that. We'll put the Mega Gengar Spirit Link. We'll feed Gengar, and that'll be it. They need to have another basic, otherwise there will be game next turn. They should be fine because they'll be able to play trainers and all kinds of stuff. There's the Skyla. That'll help them get more Pokemon on their bench. With the Dive Ball especially, yep. They're going to go with a Water type. Let's see who they end up getting. Oh, Suicune. So, makes our Gengar EX completely useless. Flip 2 coins. What does it say? For each heads, draw a card. Alright. So there's 1 Tails and a head. So they get an extra card. Alright, let's Tierno it up. Let's get that Tierno right back. We'll feed the Gengar EX and we'll knock out the Phoebus for our first prize, which ends up being a double colorless energy. Let's see what the Suicune prevents. All effects of attacks, including damage. So I don't think I could even do the Night Attack on it. Let's see if they put anything on their bench, because then we can at least go for that. And they don't. Alright, so let's see what we can get on our bench. No other basics. I'm going to save these energies for now, but I don't think I can even Night Attack it. Nope. Because that is considered an effect of the attack. Normally, these kind of abilities prevent just damage, but the Suicune prevents everything. So they're going to do 70 damage to our Gengar EX. We need to get a Litwick if we want to do any kind of damage to the Suicune. We're down to 100. Let's see if we get it. Nope. We do get 2 more energies. And I shouldn't have attached that Mega Gengar Spirit Link because I could have attached the Rock Guard instead. Won't do anything, won't even poison it. And we're down to 100. We won't stand another turn right after this. So this will be our last turn if we don't get another basic. What do I want to go with? I'm going to risk it, and I'm just going to... We do get a Dimension Valley. Yep, that's it. I was going to go with the Shauna instead, but that it wouldn't have made a difference. We could have gotten a Litwick, but then we wouldn't have had the rare candies that we have now, or the Chandeliers. So I took a gamble with 29 cards or whatever left in our deck, seeing if I can get it. But nope, the Suicune prevents all EXs from doing anything to it. So we do end up ending the Let's Play today with a loss, but we will open up some booster packs, and I do want to thank all of you once again for joining us. Let's head on over to our collection here. Here's the booster packs, and let's open up 4. We've got 1,416 coins for once we open up all of these boosters. There's a new one, a Rayquaza Spirit Link. Zatu, which is a rare, and a Reverse Hollow Carbink. As long as this Pokemon is on your bench, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attack. And the Spin Tackle does 60 damage, flip a coin. If tails, this does 20 damage to itself. Let's open up another one. Nothing new yet. Oh, there's one. The Healing Scarf. Whenever you attach an energy from your hand to the Pokemon this card is attached to, heal 20 damage from it. Togepi is a Reverse Hollow. That's pretty awesome. And we get Zapdos. This guy we saw earlier today. Alright, let's see 2 more. Alright, nothing new there. Oh, there's one. The Tropius, a Reverse Hollow. And we get a Klefki, which is another rare. I think we have that one. Yep. Flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 20 more damage. Reveal cards from the top of your deck until you reveal an item card. Put it into your hand. Shuffle other cards back into your deck. Alright, one more. We got a Reverse Hollow Bagon, another brand new one, and a Dragonite, one of Kelly's favorite Pokemon, actually. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may heal all damage from one of your Pokemon. Very useful. The Mach Press does 80 damage, flip 2 coins. If both of them are heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. Alright, so not bad. Some pretty decent pulls. More so, the games were a lot of fun, especially that Night March match. Don't forget to click on the Reasons I'm Broke logo at the top right-hand corner of the screen to subscribe. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you on the next one.